As a teenager, she graced catwalks across the African continent as a model and muse. And then, as she grew more political, she became a flag-bearer for contemporary African fashion around the world. Today, in a boutique hotel in the 8th arrondissement of Paris, Valerie Ka is overseeing the very first edition of her latest project, Share Africa.
The African fashion is not only ethnic, colorful wax prints or boo-boos.
Exactly. And when it comes to the collections themselves, well, if no one told you that the designers were African, well, you wouldn't know. It's very modern, very on trend, lots of beautiful colors. You feel great in them. You can wear them in any context, any place. They just need to be discovered. And that's why we really need to show them off. It's a chance to discover this other side to African creativity. That's what this sort of event is about.
Is it hard to organize an event of this size?
You need to organize when and how the designers get there. You need to find partners. I really wanted partners who can train up these young and upcoming designers. People who might later on be able to help them, train them, guide them. I really wanted them to discover the creativity of African youth. And why not? Maybe it might lead to something. That's the main aim here, to help them out.
The event is sponsored by Balenciaga, LVMH, Galeries Lafayette and the prestigious HEC Business School. And they decide which of the 12 designers on show will be chosen for a year of mentoring.
The problem we have as designers in Africa is accessing those raw materials. Obviously, we use the materials that are available to us, but if we want to try to accessorize with other things, well, that can get a little complicated. And then it can be hard on the sales side of things, to make connections, to link up with pop-up stores. Those are the sorts of things that are hard for young African designers.
Also in the running is designer Anjali Bokataria. Originally from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, she studied fashion in Cape Town before returning home to set up her own label. But it's not always easy.
In Tanzania, it's mostly to do with fabrics. The availability of fabrics is so bad until I'll have to make my own or order from abroad or, yeah.
Can you show us a model, an outfit?
Yeah. Welcome. Okay, so here's basically one of it. It's hand tie-dyed in Africa. It's mostly inspired by made of earth, whatever the texture of soil or nature or leaves and stuff like that. So the print is inspired by soil and all that. Yeah.
Another one?
This one is mostly an oversized poncho. And then again paired with oversized pants, which is inspired by the texture of ground. Yeah.
No gender, you said?
No. A female can also wear it.
Natasha Jome and Karina Blow come from Johannesburg. They've also struggled with getting their hands on certain fabrics.
So one of the challenges we often face is getting beautiful natural textiles in South Africa. So for this collection we've used predominantly mohair because that was accessible to us in our country. But other textiles are sometimes difficult to attain if you're not importing your own fabrics on a wholesale level.
As for the guest of honor, it's Cameroonian designer Iman Aissi, the first ever African designer to be honored by the powerful Parisian Federation of Haute Couture and Fashion.
It's all about the codes. If you come from Africa, you know that you don't dress the same in Yaoundé or Dakar as they do in Paris. So when a designer comes from Cameroon or Senegal, they need to be aware of those international sartorial codes. That is, the Parisian codes, the Italian or American or London codes. They need to really get to grips with the specificities of each country before trying to launch their collections. It's really important.
And where do African designers have the most difficulty?
It's the sales. They need to secure sales, but it's also about communication, which is crucial. So sales, communication, but it's also a question of training and of information, about knowing how to make connections with other people, mixing with different types of people. Because today the world is actually more like a small village. Everyone is connected, and Africa is part of that. It doesn't work without Africa.
And the winner is Emmanuel Okoro. a designer based in Lagos, Nigeria.
The style in our collection is very androgynous, and also for what we do, we're into sustainable fashion. We work with a team of skilled artisans in a remote village in Nigeria who make the textiles for our collection. And the fabric we use is called akwete. It comes from eastern Nigeria. So we're on a mission to promote craftsmanship, because the future of African fashion relies on traditional practices, weaving, dyeing, potting. So we just want to promote the African fashion and bring it to a global stage.
You are optimistic?
I'm very optimistic about what the future holds here.
And he's got reason to be, with Balenciaga now mentoring him and HEC overseeing his business plan. Emmanuel Okoro's future looks bright.